Now, economies are at the brink of collapsing. GDP of economies are at its lowest point ever. Inflation of currencies worldwide is happening. Unemployment rate is at its highest ever. About 80 million Americans are about to lose their job, and about 350 million people worldwide are about to go unemployed. This is because of the famous epidemic, which later became a pandemic, affecting more than 150 countries. Now, to give you a rough estimate of how popular this is, if this particular virus was to be on Instagram, it will have the most highest followers on Instagram. We all know the virus is called coronavirus. It has been affecting and making a lot of people panic these days. This virus is responsible for a high rate of unemployment, responsible for collapse of countries, responsible for starvation of people, and responsible for scarcity of unimportant or irrelevant things such as toilet paper, making it even more relevant than food itself. If we're not careful, or if this virus doesn't vanish yet in few months' time, a lot of countries will be hitting the worst economic recession ever. Let's talk about the origination of this virus and how it started. Now, we all know the virus started in China, Wuhan, China to be specific. And since then, it has affected China very badly. China is responsible for 1/3 of the world manufacturing product. That is, it transports more than 30 to 35% of the world manufacturing product. This manufacturing product are what sustain different companies, a lot of major companies. Now, let's talk about how this virus has affected China itself. Since the starting of this virus, the China retail market has plummeted about 15.5%. The China industrial output has plummeted about 30%. The China fixed asset investment has plummeted about 35.6%, causing the highest rate of unemployment ever in the country's history, causing the stagnation of one of the fastest growing economies, and causing the economy as a whole to be at a standstill. Now, because of this, economies worldwide are going to be affected, because a lot of economies need the transportation and importation of goods from China. Some economies even need agricultural products from China. But because of the coronavirus right now, which is called as COVID-19, because it started in the year 2019, a lot of economies are about to go hungry, lots of economies are about to start starving, lots of economies are about to go into a major crisis. You just imagine this. China supply things such as even food to countries which have a bad agricultural season. And once these countries don't get food supply, this country are at the brink of going on to hunger, major hunger. And once there's less production in the market, there's always an increase of prices. And already there are lots of jobs. And just imagine the increase of prices on simple things. When people don't even have money to pay for them, how do people keep on living? Causing the highest rate of crisis and crime in the country, because this is one of the things that leads to high rates of crime worldwide. Now, according to the International Bank for Settlement, countries that depend on mining, oil, coal, diamonds, countries that just depend on survival of its natural resources to keep the country government going, will have the highest impact on this. Inflation of currencies worldwide, countries like Brazil, Russia, the US itself, Nigeria, and other countries that depend on its exportation and importation of oil to keep the company's government going, will see a major downfall in the company's GDP, and also will see an increase of prices of things. Let's talk about how this is even affecting jobs worldwide. Like I said, China is responsible for 30 to 35% manufacturing of product to different countries. And once manufactured products are stopped because of to combat the spread of the virus, to reduce it as much as possible, companies which need this manufacturing product to keep on growing would have to be on a standstill, meaning there will be stop of cash flow if there's no customer service, because they won't be able to produce things to be able to sell to customers. And once there's stop of cash flow to companies, the workers generally become a liability, because these workers are seen as something that does not add value, because at this point there's no generation of revenue for the companies, and the workers are seen as people who just have to get salaries. So the companies have to lay off these workers because they don't want to pay salary when there's no revenue worldwide, and there's no revenue in the country, in the company itself. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people are being laid off. Let's talk about major companies that this has affected badly. Companies like the airline industry, the cruise shipping industry, football stadium, basketball stadium, baseball stadium. In fact, any gathering of more than 150 people is going to see a major drop in customer service and a major drop in revenue, a major drop of wealth in that particular organization or company. Restaurants have been shut down, museums have been shut down, parks have been shut down. I mean, these places I just mentioned require thousands of people to work in there. And once these people are being laid off, this leads to the high rise of unemployment worldwide, because this company can keep paying the salaries of people who work there when there's no customers. I mean, this is a crisis indeed. And if this is not handled quickly, it's going to lead to a very bad economic recession. Because not just work have been, unemployment rate is higher than it's ever. Deaths of people, there's a serious pandemic which is causing the death of a lot of people worldwide. About 5,000 people have died. 5 to 6,000 people right now have died because of this serious coronavirus pandemic. More than 150 countries have been infected. I've seen their first cases. Italy is on shutdown. China is about to recover, which is a good news. The US is seeing a lot of cases daily. Russia is seeing its cases, and other serious and major countries worldwide, other first world countries. Now let's think about what will happen to third world countries that lack facilities to be able to maintain such an epidemic or pandemic. How will they keep or sustain this virus? Anyway, I hope this virus doesn't cause major damage. Now, to tell you how bad this is, the stock market itself has dropped about 20%, minus 20%. And let me give you a rough estimation of how much this is. The dropping of minus 20% is like accumulated or equivalent to trillions upon trillions of dollars. This is a serious crisis indeed. Trillions of dollars have gone just like that. I mean, I will be scared because I myself am an investor in the stock market, and my family company right now are beginning to call for emergency meeting to see how this will affect us, because it's already affecting other companies. The companies that will suffer major damage are companies that require manual labor, for they will have to stop manufacturing of things and have to lay off workers. Honestly speaking, I really hope that this virus is being contained, and we can all do our part in this by quarantining ourselves, stay home, wash our hands regularly, have practice and social distancing. And once you have a family or friend that is infected by this virus, try to be a source of encouragement to them, because it is proving that once a person is sick and they lack social encouragement from friends and family, the sickness tends to stay much longer, and this is a serious sickness that kills people if it's not treated or if it's not sustained for some period of amount of time. So if you know any family member, if you know friends, your brother's relative who is infected by this virus, don't go to them immediately. Call them and wish them good luck. Try to motivate them, because right now there's serious epidemic to different countries. And I hope you stay safe, really. Remember, wash your hands, avoid going out except it's really, really important. And use this time to read books and take care of your family. I hope this serious crisis isn't affecting you as much as affecting other people, because right now, lots of people are complaining and beginning to cry. The good news is governments are beginning to take action, but whenever government take action in such an epidemic or pandemic, there's always an inflation of currencies. So there's a good side and a bad side to government taking action. But I hope this time around some certain strategies will be made to stop the inflation of currencies, and try to sustain the economy worldwide. The faster this virus is contained, the faster it is for us to recover from this. So try to do your part in it. We are all responsible for this, so let's try to take responsibility and do our part in this virus to contain the pandemic. I hope you have a nice day. And I know a lot of jobs are being laid off, and I decided to research on some jobs and ways people can make money in order to, to sustain themselves throughout the period of this pandemic. So in my next YouTube video, I'm going to be talking about ways to make money and some things you can do to just generate a bit of extra income for yourself, because unemployment rates are terrible, people are getting broke, scarcity of food and some things such as toilet paper. I mean, it's a serious pandemic, So right now, every little bit of money we get is going to be very useful for us, except you're super wealthy, then that's not a concern. But if you're interested in the video I'm talking about, just subscribe, turn on notification, and like the video so you can get the video I'm going to be uploading on some ways you can make money from home. And also I'm going to be making separate videos on jobs that will be affected, particularly. So have a nice day, protection from coronavirus, and I hope you stay safe.